Listen, in order for you to truly build wealth, you have to start with your purpose. You have to know your purpose, because your purpose requires the most authentic version of who you are. And wealth is a byproduct of value. And so in order for you to build wealth, you have to be able to own and control things of value. Well, the most valuable thing that you possess is yourself. And you cannot truly add value if you are not authentic, if you are not living in your purpose. Nobody pays full price for a copy. And so in order for you to build wealth, you have to know your purpose, because your purpose requires the most authentic version of who you are. And once you are living in your authenticity, now you can thrive, because you are using the gifts, the talents, the abilities that you've been blessed with. See, a lot of times people think that purpose has to do with a profession or a career path or something that is economically driven. But that's not true. Your purpose is God's original instruction in your life. What is your original instruction? Your purpose is something that can manifest itself no matter where you are in the world. If God purposed you to be a leader, you can be a leader in a ballroom, or you can be a leader in the jungle. If God purposed you to be an inspiration or to teach people, that's going to manifest itself in your life regardless of what you do. And so your purpose is God's original instruction in your life. If you are not tapped into that, then you are not living in authenticity. And you cannot deliver, you cannot create value if it's not authentic. I don't care how much money you make. If it is not connected or tied to your purpose, it is not going to be meaningful. It's not going to fulfill you, because it's not authentic. It's not connected to your purpose. And so you may have the financial resources, but you're not going to have the fulfillment. That's why so many people that have millions of dollars a lot of times are depressed, because the money is a resource, but it's not connected to who they are. And so when you're not living in your purpose, you're ultimately compromising yourself, because you are living against God's original instruction in your life. You cannot live somebody else's purpose, right? You can have a mentor, you can have somebody that you admire, and you can do everything that they tell you to do to achieve the success they achieved. But it's not going to be the same, because it's not your journey. The outcomes are going to be different. The challenges are going to be different. The road is going to be different, even if you do exactly what they did, because you have to live your purpose. You have to live God's original instruction in your life. And so it has to be authentic. That's the only way that you're going to create wealth. Wealth is not just about money. Wealth is about resources. It's about value. And so even if you find ways to make money, if they're not connected to your purpose, you're not going to have the fulfillment that you need. And so the first thing you got to do is know your purpose. That's the first thing. But once you know yourself, that's not enough. The next step is you got to grow yourself. Once you know your purpose, once you know where you are firmly planted, the next thing you got to do is grow yourself. You can't be stagnant. Once you know your purpose, once you know your talents, your abilities, your gifts, all it is potential. I tell my kids all the time, potential is nothing but a seed. A seed has the potential to become a fully grown, productive tree, or it can just wither away and die, depending on how you use it. And so it's not enough to know your purpose. Now you have to grow yourself. Now you have to invest in developing yourself, developing your talents, your abilities, your gifts as much as possible. You don't become a good driver by driving a straight line. You don't become a good captain by sailing in still water. You got to go through some challenges in life. You have to go through some adversity. You have to grow yourself. You have to push yourself to failure. And so that means you have to put yourself in a position of growth and development. You have to take on those challenges. You have to hone those talents, those abilities, those gifts, those skills. You have to put yourself in a position to master something. You have to grow yourself. You have to develop yourself. And that's a never-ending thing. It doesn't matter what you achieve in life, you are always growing and developing. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. And so you have to grow yourself. You have to have a mindset that you want to constantly develop. You want to constantly grow. You want to constantly self-assess. Be aware where you need to be fed, where you need development, where you need growth. When you're stagnant, when you're challenged in certain areas, you have to deal with that. And so you got to grow yourself. That is life's journey. That is life's journey. Once you know your purpose, you have to grow and develop yourself. You got to fight through those challenges. You got to get through that heartache, through that betrayal, through that failure. That's a part of the development. It's required. That's the only way that you're going to get the true authenticity from your purpose. You got to grow it. You got to grow that seed in the good seasons, in the springtime when the sun is out. But you also got to grow that seed in the wintertime when it's cold. Right? In the rainy season when it's storming, when the wind is blowing. You still have to develop. You have to be ready to face life's challenges. And it's not that those challenges become less, it's that you become stronger. But you got to be able to grow yourself. And so once you know yourself, once you've committed to growing yourself, the last thing you got to do is show yourself. You have to have the faith and the confidence to believe that you are walking in your purpose. And you have to face that with the confidence and resilience of somebody who knows who they are. When you know your purpose, the challenges that you face become less challenging because you're rooted in something bigger than that. The things that life throws at you, once you've prepared yourself, now is the time to show yourself worthy of those challenges. When I have new problems in my life, even if immediately they bother me, they get on my nerves, they take me back, I always have a moment where I say, this is a problem that I asked for. This is something that I asked for. I asked to be in this position. And so it's my responsibility to figure out how to solve that problem. And once I know how to solve that problem, that's going to help me get to the next level. You have to show yourself worthy. If you are living in your purpose, if you are following God's original instruction, if you have committed to growing yourself, to developing yourself, to mastering something, now it's time to show the world who you are. You have to be able to walk in confidence regardless of the opinions of other people. You have to be willing to show yourself because it's not for you. It is the original instruction that has been put on your life. And if you can do that, if you can know yourself, if you can discover your purpose, if you can grow yourself, if you can commit to development, commit to mastery, and then lastly, if you can show yourself, if you can walk by faith, have the confidence to know that you're living in your purpose and show yourself to the world. If you can do that, nothing can stop it.